Welcome to March's Cooking with Cannabis cooking class. So I'm starting off taking our sweet potatoes and poking holes in them because we want to get them in the oven right away. So I'm poking the holes in them and then I'm rubbing them with a neutral oil, and then I'm going to wrap them in aluminum foil and put them into a 400-degree air fryer or oven. So as soon as that is out of the way, we want to go to our mushrooms, and I like to just trim the bottom off of them so they're all even, and I'm slicing them very thinly. You can see here they're super thin. You can also do this with a faux, like a vegan chicken or anything else that you would want to put like barbecue style in the middle of your sweet potato. So now we're going to make our citrus dressing. I'm taking some orange segments, some neutral oil, some sesame oil for flavor, and then honey. And I'm adding in soy sauce and thyme. So the thyme adds like a nice herbaceousness, so you can add in infused oil and it doesn't feel like it's taking it over. It just kind of works with the herbaceousness within the thyme. And then I'm taking a blood orange and just cutting segments of it and putting it all in the mix because I'm gonna blend it and strain it. So now that everything is in there, we have our infused oil in there, and I'm just gonna blend it. And then I'm tasting it for, does it need salt and pepper? What does it need? I want to add in a little bit more acidity because the citrus that I used was really sweet and not super acidic. So I added in a tablespoon of rice wine vinegar and a little bit more honey for sweetness. If you don't want to use honey, you can also use like a simple syrup, a brown sugar simple syrup, or vegan honey. And now I'm going to strain this because we did have the orange segments and the herbs in there. So I'm just putting it through a strainer and into a jar and letting that kind of strain through and drip out. This salad dressing is so good and it'll last about a week in your fridge. I'm just kind of helping it along here with a spatula. And now you just have the pulp from the citrus, and it's pretty emulsified, but you want to give it a little shake before you use it. I like to use it with a grapefruit and avocado salad. That is so good. So now we're getting started on our mushrooms. We're melting down about a teaspoon of butter just to like get the bottom of the pan so the mushrooms don't stick. Then adding in our mushrooms and a little bit of salt and pepper. You can season these however you like. We want it to take on a barbecue flavor. So I'm using a little bit of garlic, I'm using some Cajun seasoning, and a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. But you don't have to go super heavy on any of the seasonings. Just season it how you like. But I only have a little bit of mushrooms here, so I'm not putting in a ton of seasonings. And then I turn off the heat and add in the barbecue sauce. And then that just kind of lets the barbecue sauce cook into the mushrooms and caramelize on the outside a bit. Once the heat is down from cooking and cooling off, then I'll add in some infused oil. So now our sweet potatoes are done. So I open those up and I'm just gonna mash the middle and add in a little pat of butter and some salt and pepper to just kind of season those and make almost like a whipped kind of inside to them. So it's really soft and sweet and buttery. You could use plain butter or infused butter for that part of it if you wanted to add some more infused butter. But I've added infused oil into the barbecue mushrooms, and the sweetness from the barbecue sauce with the sweet potato just works. So I've topped mine with a little bit of cheese, and I'm putting it back in the air fryer to melt that cheese. And I'm just putting a little bit of green onion sprinkled on top. And these are so good, packed with flavor, and you can really easily infuse those mushrooms. So we have this delicious stuffed sweet potato and our citrus salad dressing, and those are the two dishes we made for this month's virtual cooking class. I hope you enjoy.